Hey everyone, Tom from Ludicrous Feed. Thanks so much for joining us. Today we're in the BYD Atto 3 and I'm going to give you a demonstration of the cruise control features here in the Atto 3. So the first thing I want to do is actually explain the cruise control features in this car. So first of all, there is just straight cruise control, which we're all used to, which is basically keeping to the speed limit that you set at. Number two is adaptive cruise control, and that basically follows the speed of the car in front of you, if there is one. And the highest level is the intelligent cruise control system, and that is essentially keeping you in the center of the lane. So it's, I guess, quote unquote autopilot or lane keeping function. So the first thing I want to show you is on the steering wheel here, how to activate those features. So if you just want straight cruise control, this is the button to press right there, okay? And then that will see you with that icon up there, with the dial and the car and the set speed limit right there. So that's basic cruise control. The next level is adaptive cruise control, and that is, see that car icon there? That shows you how close you want to be to the car in front of you. So you can set with these buttons here on the steering wheel, further or closer away depending on your comfort level. And the third level is this one here, Intelligent Cruise Control System. So if you press this button here with the steering wheel and the lane there, this comes up on the screen. ICC function setup complete, full speed range. ICC is turned on to keep the vehicle in the middle of the lane. So basically ICC is a combination of adaptive cruise control and lane keeping assist. So I guess what we commonly might call autopilot on, say for example, a Tesla. Alright, so what we're going to do is actually activate this cruise control ICC function at its highest level in this car for the stretch of road here. We're on a fairly major arterial road here in Sydney. So what we're going to do is put that on. Okay, so that's on. See the icon there on the HUD. We've got the cruise control symbol. And now I'm going to press this button down. So flick it down to set at the current speed that you're driving at, which is 70 kilometers an hour. Okay, so there we go, 70. Or 69, and then just flick it up one to go to 70. And you can only go up and down by 5 kilometers an hour for the max speed. I haven't found a way to discreetly make it go up and down by 1 kilometer an hour. So as you can see, as I get closer to the car ahead of me there, the speed limit of the car will adapt accordingly and will slow down. Let's see what happens. Does it slow down to a complete stop with the car ahead right there? So yep, that's actually braking quite nicely using regen braking as well. So great example there of adaptive cruise control and coming to a traffic light to a stop. All right, so we're about to go green. Okay, so we had to actually press the accelerator pedal for the car to go again. So every time you hear a beep, it means that the ICC, or the lane keeping function that centers you in the lane, is turned off. So when that happens, to pay extra attention to the steering wheel. I mean, you should always have your hands on the wheel anyway, because don't trust it completely, but be extra careful when that green symbol is off. When that green symbol is on, it means that it is in that lane keeping, lane centering function. All right, so again, this is a fairly good road to test this on. We'll see what happens. That beep again, and then it doesn't actually beep or let you know when it's back on, so you just got to keep your eyes on the HUD. And what's good about the cruise control is that if you need to brake or if you're slowing down, it actually uses regenerative braking at the same time, which is great. So it's also part of efficient driving that it allows regen braking in cruise control mode. Okay, so before you saw an example of us coming to a traffic light, to a complete stop, just be careful. That only stopped because there was a car ahead of us. If you're the first car at a traffic light, don't rely on that. You have to brake yourself, okay? Because the car does not know that the traffic lights are there. Just a word of warning there. So we're at a gentle curve now to the left, and even though my hands are on the wheel, I can feel that the car is turning itself to center itself in the lane. And it did a pretty good job there. Again, just a reminder that it must have that green steering wheel symbol for that to occur. Okay, so we're coming up to a 60 kilometers an hour sign. Even though the car does recognize posted speed signs, you'll see there it goes to 60, I think. Yep, it goes to 60, but your max autopilot speed, sorry, max cruise control speed does not switch, so you have to switch accordingly. You can see how the lane markings are not great now on the road because there's been some road work, so obviously automatically the lane keeping function is turned off. Again, we're not the first car at the light, so the car braked accordingly as we approach the traffic light. Let's see what happens when the light turns green, when the Lexus leads. Does the car follow? No, so I've got to press the accelerator pedal. I gave it a good 1.5 seconds there. I'm not going to annoy the traffic behind me. So once you get some activation energy to move, then yes, the car will then resume that intelligent cruise control for you. Okay, so that's a fairly good going curve here, and then the lane keeping turned off. So again, just be very careful with that lane keeping function. I guess it only obeys very gentle curves. And I'm pretty sure with this big curve coming up, it's not going to obey, so I'm going to be very careful. Okay, so see that? We reached a red light, and I was the leading car, and I was very happy to take over with a brake. Okay, light is green, and again we're coming up to this this curve here on the road. And yeah, so in fact the autopilot, the cruise control is turned off because we were at the light a bit too long. All right, well that's it, everyone. That's an example of cruise control on an urban setting here in Sydney using intelligent cruise control in the BYD Atto 3. Hope you enjoyed that. If you've used cruise control in this car, let me know your experience in the comments section below. Otherwise, take care, stay safe, until the next Ludicrous Feed video. Happy charging.